You're currently on a solo tour. What inspired you to do this?
It's a lot. I just really want to help lead people into worship, and this has been really enabling me to do so. So yeah. Canada's they asked me to come up and do 905, and then we kind of just built a little tour around it. So
sounds good. Where did the name The Almost come from?
My wife, actually. I was gonna name the band. I wanted to name the band something with the word almost in it. I was going to name it Almost Aaron at one point. She was like, what are you doing? And then she's like, why don't you just stop trying to find a name with the almost in it and just call it The Almost? I was like, that's brilliant. So here we sit.
Okay. You seem to be working on a few side projects beside The Almost, such as your worship album. Mm-hmm. What made you decide to take your music into a more worshipful direction?
I got started playing music before I even underwrote leading worship in church. And even before then, playing drums for worship at church. That's kind of how I got started with the whole music thing. So I really felt God. I went to Africa in February, actually, and I really felt God kind of calling me back to that thing. So
yeah. Okay. How has the transition been from Under Oath to just being a solo artist and The Almost?
Hard and great at the same time. You know, it's hard not to play drums because I love it. And I get to play drums on records, and with The Almost we do like a dueling drum kit thing. So I get to. It's just that's the hardest part because I love to play drums. But it's been great, man. I really can't complain. I'm healthy. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm happily married, and get to play music every day. So
awesome. You seem to. What's the most noticeable difference between your solo worship album and the music of The Almost?
It's totally different. The music, everything's totally different. I just finished the record yesterday. So
it's pretty new.
It's totally different. It doesn't come out till next year.
Not till next year. Okay. What songs can we expect to see on this worship album, and where/when will the album be released label-wise?
BEC. At the beginning of next year at some point. I can't really say yet. And I don't want to say about the songs either. I have to wait and see.
About the songs?
Most of it's originals.
Okay.
There are some covers, though.
Who are some of the influences as far as worship goes?
U2. Hillsong United. Not really a ton. I try to do something fresh. So we'll see. I don't know how fresh it's going to be, but...
with the exception of this short Canadian tour, do you have any other plans of touring for this worship project?
Next year, when it comes out.
So like a full release. Sounds good. How are your fans from the hardcore crowd reacted to your change from Under Oath to The Almost and now onto your worship project?
I haven't asked any of them, so I don't know. What do you think?
Do you notice a lot of the same crowd coming to your shows?
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a big part of it.
Now, you left Under Oath a few months ago. How much of your influence in writing is going to be part of their new record coming out?
I didn't write anything.
So you don't have any influence?
I heard the whole thing yesterday.
What are some of the most influential, inspirational, and profound lyricists you listen to?
Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, Joe Houston, Paul Balash, John Foreman.
If you had to show a non-Christian 3 songs that would really hit home to them, what songs would you pick?
Where the Streets Have No Name, Came to My Rescue, Hillsong United. That's a really good question. Dare You to Move.
If you could be a part of some other band just for fun for a few shows, what band and what part of the band would you want to be?
I play drums in United, Hillsong United. Just close my eyes and just
good choice.
Beat the piss out of a drum set. Just head down. Just in worship. Full tilt. I would love to do that gig. I would drop everything to do that gig.
Being a drummer, vocalist since your teen years, how does it feel now to not be behind the kit?
Like I said earlier, it's great to be out where the people are, but it's, you know, I think you can talk to any drummer who's turned frontman and you miss it for sure.
Being such a huge, powerful influence on so many people, how do you handle large amount of fans that come up and talk to you? And how do you balance being personal with them and keeping them at a distance?
People usually aren't creepy. People aren't like, what's that shooty where typically, you know, there's a few creeps every now and then, but people are great. I mean, like, if it wasn't for the people coming and paying and caring about the music, it wouldn't really have any home, would it? You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, that's my lifeblood. You know, those people are the reason I can do this. So, like, you have to give back. You know, there's nothing worse than that guy who's in a band and he hides in the back the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, after a show, I always try, unless I'm ill or something, I always try and talk to people. You know, even if you wait a little while till it dies down, like, you should always, I mean, you have to, I think.
Do you have any tips for young up-and-coming drummers who want to make it a profession?
Do it from your heart. Do it because you mean it. And there's too many people doing this now just for business or for money or for fame, and it's just not the way it's supposed to be.
And what can we expect from you in the future?
This is just worship record. We do like a 3-month almost tour starting